December 8th is just around the corner, and that's the date that Judge Stephen McGlynn's order will kick in if the state does not successfully get in a stay from an appeals court. So we'll be watching that December 8th date pretty closely here with Illinois in Focus Daily. I'm Greg Bishop, and wake up with us each and every weekday morning with America's Talking Network. A couple of updates when it comes to the ongoing litigation against gun control laws in the state of Illinois and beyond. While we wait and watch what happens December 8th and whether or not the state is going to get an emergency stay from the appeals courts in the 7th Circuit to hold Judge Stephen McGlynn's order and ruling that the state's gun and magazine ban is unconstitutional. So December 8th is that date. But we've also got the U.S. Supreme Court, which could make an announcement at some point. Possibly today. They've got an order list that's going to be published here in about 5 minutes or so. So we got to pull that up. So maybe as we go live to tape here, we'll actually see that outcome. So be watching here live with us. So I'm going to pull up the U.S. Supreme Court's order list page, see if we can have that ready. But clearly, this is an issue that is not just in Illinois, it's in Maryland. And that's why we're pulling up the U.S. Supreme Court in their orders, because you've got the Maryland case. Now, Snopes, which challenges Maryland's ban on semi-automatic firearms. That's already made it through the appeals court and will then get to the U.S. Supreme Court here soon. We'll find out if they'll accept that. But you've got the Southern District case that's now going to the appeals court in Illinois, challenging the state ban. I took a look at the docket this morning, and there was an update in the district court. I have yet to see the actual appeal filed to the appeals court for this case, but the district court, McGlynn, was asked to go ahead and rule and order attorneys be paid by the loser in this case, which was the state of Illinois. So the two of the plaintiffs' groups, the Barnett group and the Langley group, filed a motion for payment to pay the penalties here. But Judge McGlynn, he did issue an order last week at some point, and I'll just read this to you, see if we can pull this up for you as well. But McGlynn said on the docket entry before the court, 3 motions, 2 motions for attorney's fees filed by the Langley plaintiffs and the Barnett plaintiffs, and as well as joint motion to stay attorney's fees and costs pending appeal filed by the parties in the consolidated cases. For good cause shown, the parties' joint motion to stay attorney's fees and costs pending appeal is granted. So they're not going to be getting their fees for attorneys until full resolution. Per the parties' request, the court stays all proceedings and vacates any deadlines related to attorney's fees, non-taxable expenses, or costs under Federal Rule of Civil Procedure until the state defendants' appeals are finally concluded and are no longer subject to review by any courts, whether by additional appeal, petitions for rehearing or re-argument, petitions for rehearing en banc, petitions for writ of certiorari, or otherwise. So essentially, Judge McGlynn saying that he's not going to grant any attorney's fees until this case is completely done. In accordance with the above, the 2 motions pending for attorney's fees are denied as moot, with leave to refile at the conclusion of all appeals in accordance with this order. So there you go. You've got the latest in the Southern District case. But again, we have yet to see the gun ban challenge, which plaintiffs won in McGlynn's court. We have yet to see the state appeal that to the appellate courts, but that could come up in very short order. Again, December 8th is that date. So another thing we're watching, again, is the U.S. Supreme Court in their order list. To see if we can get this pulled up. And that time coming up here, 8:30 our time. If you look at the U.S. Supreme Court's website, the calendar there has the order list being released today at 9:30 their time. So let's see here, order list. Clicking on it, see if it pulls up. All right, can't be reached yet. So we'll see if we can get that. Maybe some of the people in the live chat might also be able to pull that up. But so the Southern District case still percolating. We'll see if it gets to the appellate court soon. In the Schoenthal case, that's the case challenging Illinois' prohibition of concealed carry on mass transit. The courts there and the district case found that it was unconstitutional. Then in the appeals court, they have an order granting them an extension to file. So we actually won't see some filings in that appeals court case until the 16th of December, and then the 15th of January, and then the 5th of February. So that's going to be percolating through the appeals court in short order. So let's see, the 25th of November, that is today. We've got the U.S. Supreme Court looking to see if they will accept the Snopes case. So we're pulling up the order list. It's a little after. Okay, well, why aren't we getting the orders of the court? Let's pull this up. Orders of the court. Order list. Kaboom. Here we go. All right, so we'll look up Snopes. I'm not seeing it. Do you guys see it anywhere? So it looks like we will have to wait a bit longer. Orders and pending cases. Anybody seeing it? If not, then we can look at the calendar again to get a better idea of what to expect coming up, because they do have other conferences they could do. It doesn't look like they've got anything else for the rest of this month. December, they could have conference on Friday the 6th or Friday the 13th, and then release another order list on the 16th of December. So that's where we're at with the Maryland case. And again, Maryland's case important to Illinois because it deals with some of the major issues in challenging a state's ability to ban commonly owned firearms. So clearly going to have to wait a bit longer on that one as these cases continue to turn out. All right, so that's some of the latest in gun ban litigation here with Illinois in Focus Daily. Keeping you posted on that, and we'll do what we can to get the latest. But again, we're in the holiday season. Things are going to be quiet. We'll be watching that, but don't really expect too much more to drop. If it does, get to thecentersquare.com. We'll obviously update you on that with the headlines each and every morning in your inbox. Get the newsletter and wake up with us here with America's Talking Network and Illinois in Focus Daily.